¿Qué pasó, güey? It's your homeboy Quetzalcoatl. Bienvenido a otro episodio del Chinga Tu Madre show de boxeo. On today's episode, we're gonna talk about the Chad Dawson versus Adonis Stevenson fight that took place over the weekend. Wow. That's all I can say. Wow. I mean, there's nothing really to break down because the fight ended in the first fucking round. Both fighters were still in the filling out process. I think Adonis Stevenson still had his motherfucking robe on when he knocked Chad Dawson out. Both fighters were just getting warmed up. Adonis Stevenson landed a perfectly timed left hand. Landed flush on Chad Dawson. Chad Dawson went down. You could immediately tell he was in bad condition. From his facial expression, from his body language, he was hurt bad. The referee saw that, seen that he was faded and shit, maybe under the influence. Referee went ahead and gave him the breathalyzer. Chad Dawson blew over the limit, and the referee was like, "Nah, you too drunk, motherfucker. I'm stopping the fight." And that was it. Huge victory for Adonis Stevenson, who now becomes the lineal light heavyweight champion. This was a fight that nobody expected him to win. For Chad Dawson, major setback in his career. He's coming off of the loss versus Andre Ward, which was a mega fight where the lineal light heavyweight champion and the lineal super middleweight champion had clashed. Chad Dawson, he ended up getting his ass whooped. He got dropped a couple of times in that fight. Ended up quitting in that fight. But, you know, he lost to Andre Ward. Andre Ward is an exceptional fighter. One of the best pound for pound fighters in the sport today. You know, there's no shame in losing to somebody like that. But this fight right here, losing to Adonis Stevenson, bad. You know, this was a fight where it was basically just a confidence booster for Chad Dawson. This was a fight where he was supposed to win, get his confidence back, the confidence that he had prior to the Andre Ward fight, and look on to bigger and better things. And now, I mean, wow. His entire career is in question now. He and Josecito Lopez, who also suffered a bad loss versus Marcos Maidana, both have huge setbacks in their career. And I would say Chad Dawson more so because Josecito Lopez, his biggest accomplishment is knocking out Victor Ortiz in that great fight that they had. Although Chad Dawson, his accomplishments, he's probably one or two notches above Ortiz. So it's a bigger fall from grace. I mean, not Ortiz, motherfucking Josecito Lopez, but so it's a bigger fall from grace for Chad Dawson. Chad Dawson was at one point the undisputed light heavyweight champion. And damn, now it's like you don't know what's gonna happen. Knocked down in the first round. I've come up with this theory. I think that this whole thing has to do with the curse of Bernard Hopkins. Now, what is the curse of Bernard Hopkins? Now, through my research and analysis and all this shit, I've been teaming up with psychics and all that. Our conclusion is that Bernard Hopkins got connections with motherfuckers that do voodoo, probably some Illuminati type shit. And if you beat Bernard Hopkins, your career and your life is just fucking cursed. Exhibit A, Jermaine Taylor. Now, Jermaine Taylor fought Bernard Hopkins twice in fights that I thought Bernard Hopkins won. Jermaine Taylor went ahead and got the nod in those fights. He took the undisputed middleweight championship away from Bernard Hopkins. Had a great career for a short time. Then Kelly Pavlik raped his ass. After that, Carl Froch was like, "Let me get some." Arthur Abraham went ahead and topped him off and took his ass out the game. Now, Jermaine Taylor tried to make a comeback, but that shit really worked out. I ain't heard from him since. Only serious fighting he doing now is on Fight Night Champion for PlayStation. Joe Calzaghe. Joe Calzaghe beat Bernard Hopkins in a fight where, again, I thought Hopkins won. Now, Joe Calzaghe ended up retiring undefeated, but that curse still got his ass. Because I heard Joe Calzaghe is like a big-ass cokehead now, right? Just sniffing it up. Him and Ricky Hatton over there getting coked out with Tony Montana. John Pascal. Now, John Pascal had the draw and the loss versus Hopkins. So, the curse is not as bad, but his ass still got that curse because he keeps getting injured. Last but not least is Roy Jones Jr. Now, Roy Jones Jr. beat Hopkins early in his career. Roy Jones went on to have a fabulous career. But the way his career ended, not good. The curse of Bernard Hopkins. You saw Roy Jones get knocked out bad, put to sleep. Don't wake me, I'm dreaming. The curse is real. Do you believe in the curse? What do you think of Chad Dawson's future in boxing? I think Chad Dawson can come back from this loss. I think he could possibly even win a version of the light heavyweight championship in the future. But I don't think that he will ever get back to that status where he was the undisputed light heavyweight champion. Especially if Andre Ward moves up in weight. If he becomes a pitcher in that division, it becomes even harder for Chad Dawson. But, we'll see what happens. Let me get your opinion. If you like this shit, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. This your homeboy, Kitsak Wall. Sign the fuck on out.